I want to welcome Carlota Kuyatin to a little talk with me, Suzanne Bowen. I'm currently with PinoyKubo.com. I met Carlota through Fiverr.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Suzanne.
So I'm over here in Pensacola, Florida. I know you're somewhere there in Korea. And we both use Fiverr, really kind of for the fun of it. I use it sometimes to get help with different projects. So basically I find people who can help me and I pay them $5. They help me, and vice versa. People pay me $5 to help them with the little things. And in this case, I knew that you could speak and write in Tagalog as well as English, and that you were a published writer. So you wrote a blog for me. We're working on that to do with Pinoy Kubo. And then, surprise, now we're talking via voice over internet.
That's correct.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your experience with Fiverr.
Yeah, I started registering with Fiverr maybe 2 months ago. So one co-member from Fanbox site, I am a blogger of Fanbox site too, recommend to all her co-bloggers to register through Fiverr for extra income. Then I was able to register. Then maybe after a few days, there's some messages. So I read those messages, and then one message that makes me interested is your message from Pakistan, right? And then it showed there that I have to register with Pinoy Kubo. That's all I need to do. Then I just need to write some feedback about Pinoy Kubo, and then suggestions, and what can I say about Pinoy Kubo? What can I do through Pinoy Kubo? Then send you the blog, and then I'll post it on your wall through Facebook. So
that's right.
I did.
And it worked out really good because you did give us some suggestions about ways to improve Pinoy Kubo's appearance to make it a little more unique. Now, you're also you're a teacher. You are from the Philippines, and you're teaching English to elementary through middle school in Korea. So I was wondering if you tell us, what is it like to teach school in Korea? I mean, do you have to work a lot of hours at home and at school? What is it like to teach English as a second language to other people who speak English as a second language? Tell us about it.
Okay, so I started working in Korea maybe 1.5 years ago. I started as a private lesson teacher. So sometimes the students go to my house, and then sometimes I go to their house, whichever is flexible, whichever is good for the student or for me. And then after maybe 3 months of working as a private lesson teacher, I was able to work in an academy. So right now I'm working for more than a year in an academy. So I can say it's a good job. It's a great job working as a teacher in Korea. But the thing is, it's really stressful because students in Korea, especially children, are too active. They are mostly competitive, and then because I am a Filipina, let's face it, there is some discrimination too. They always judge the English teacher, depending upon their accent. So yeah, right. If they hear that your accent is not good, there is a lot of rumor in Korea that English teachers or Filipina English teachers are not really good. My managers, I worked with previous academies already.
Okay.
They were able to appreciate me, even if I'm a Filipina, and then I was able to prove to them that I can do something, even if I'm a Filipina, and I was able to reach out to my students. Not only, I discovered too that as a teacher, especially if you're teaching English as a second language, it's not teaching or the teaching strategies is not really important. It's just your second priority. First priority is to reach out to children. And since we Filipinos are known for being patient with our works, with dealing with our with the customers, for example, or in my case with my students, I was able to reach out to them.
But their first reaction is what you said, is because that's what they've learned from adults. But once they get to know you and they see your confidence in yourself And the fact that you do have a huge English vocabulary, you know quite a bit that they don't know. I had no idea that something like this would be your experience. So I really appreciate you filling us in on that.
No problem.
Now, going back to writing, I know that you are a published writer. You're also involved with Fanbox, so I was wondering, tell us.
Okay, so I started using Fanbox maybe almost a year ago. So I had no expectations at first. I just wanted to be a writer because way back in college, I was a member of our school newspaper. So I was our literary editor, where I used to write essays and write short stories, poems. I wrote my first article is about children in Fanbox. So after that, maybe after a month, I received a message to my Yahoo account that it earned $3. So
Wow.
I was very.
I mean, that's exciting to make money off of your writing, no doubt.
So I'm thinking, is it really possible that you will earn money from the amount, just by the amount of time that the readers spend on your blogs? So I'm a little hesitant to believe that it's really true. And then what I did when I earned about $800, maybe that much, I reinvested almost all of the money through ads. And I read other blogs of my co-bloggers, and then I discovered that it's really real because they had posted the pictures of their checks. So I told myself maybe I could give it a try. Then I never really knew, I didn't knew how to pause or how to stop my ads, but through the blogs too that I read, I was able to know it, and then I stopped it. And then after that, I waited for a while. Maybe after a month, I was able to cash out my first earnings, but just for $74 because I only had about $100 left on my account by then. That right now I still have $300 on my account, and so the highest paid bloggers earned around $20,000.
That's great.
In Fanbox. It's the highest paid blogger.
So what I see is, now it looks like Fanbox, their concept is that they need good content on their website that will draw people to Fanbox, and not only draw them there, but to keep reading and clicking around and reading. And so, for example, your blog is one of those blogs that keeps people there, clicking, reading, and enjoying. When did you start using the internet?
I started using the internet maybe almost every day starting this. That was since last year. So that's when I went here in Korea. My husband, I'm married to a Korean national, and he owns a computer, so I was able to have an access in the internet almost every day.
Carlota, would you maybe share with us a piece of your writing as we close out this podcast?
Okay, no problem. It's my pleasure. Okay, so I wrote this blog last year. Its title is about children. The title is Children, and I wrote this in remembrance of those unfortunate children in our country, in the Philippines, because there's a lot of sidewalk vendors and streets in the Philippines. You can see that if you go there. So I was really touched by those scenarios. So that's the reason why I wrote this. So here how it goes. While I was walking through the sidewalk, I saw some children trying to sell something with the people passing by the streets. I can't help on wondering what kind of life do they have. They might be just undergoing up years. If you will come to think of it, by this time they should have been just staying in the comfort of their homes, playing computer games, watching their favorite cartoons on TV, eating delicious food made by their moms. But life is really unfair. Life might be cruel with them. With their young minds, they had been exposed to the sad reality about life. No food to eat, no shelter to keep them warm, no enough money to support their education, no pretty clothes and things that will give them the simple happiness of being children. Whom do we need to blame? Is it their parents, that maybe because of the hardship of life, have no other choice but to take away the childhood years from their children? Was it the government, which do not have the needed resources to improve the way of life of its people? I do not have the answers, but at the depth of my mind and heart is one wish, or should I say one prayer, that God may send some instruments that in spite of this hopeless situation that these children are going through, there will still be kind-hearted people who will be willing to share not only their wealth, but most especially their time and effort, their love and attention, and that they can make these children feel that behind the difficulty of life, there's still hope waiting for them, that someday their own children will not experience what they experienced. They will not feel what they felt as a child. Instead, they will enjoy being children, free-spirited, careless, fearless, innocent, having the smile in their faces as they look forward for the bright future ahead of them. That's it.
Wow, I like that. So, Carlota, how can people find your blog on Fanbox? Is there a way for them to easily go to fanbox.com and find your blog?
Unfortunately, they really need to sign up first and then find my name. It's all in bold letters, Lhotlee. That's Lhotlee.
I'm looking forward to getting to know you better on Pinoy Kubo, on Facebook, on Fiverr, on Fanbox, Skype, and all that good stuff. Okay, thank you so much for spending this time with us. I can't wait for other people to listen in and learn from you and be inspired by you.
Thank you so much, too.
All right. Hey, Carlota, one more thing. I've been interviewing and getting to know people who are from the Philippines, expats, students, teachers, tourists, travelers, whatever. They're from the Philippines originally. I've been interviewing them and asking them about their experience on PinoyKubo.com. Some of the suggestions that we've had are to work more to help meet the needs of those who are using PinoyKubo.com. For example, number one, show people in video form how to use the different features of Pinoy Kubo. Second, to post a lot and set up avenues where those who are unemployed can find jobs, and also those who can work on the internet see opportunities to do so, even though they're based in the Philippines or outside of the Philippines. What do you think Pinoy Kubo could do to improve? A moment ago, as we were talking, you mentioned the typical colors that appeal to people who are from the Philippines. Would you share that and why?
Thank you.
Okay.
But most Filipinos like bright colors because we have a bright personality.